Hello and welcome to Module 6. Module 6 will be in 3 parts. We are currently in part 1. This module is about taking action, one of the steps in the continual improvement journey of an organization's sustainability. We will be discussing how to take sustainable actions and the concept of sustainability in VUCA environments, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous environments. Key learning outcomes here will be explaining the key concerns of achieving sustainability in a volatile, uncertain, and complex environment, including the principles-based approach versus procedures-based approach versus model-based approach, and also understanding clear, complicated, complex, and chaotic systems. We will also be understanding various ITIL practices that support sustainability, such as the OCM, which is Organizational Change Management, Workforce and Talent Management, Strategy Management, Software Development and Management, Supplier Management, Knowledge Management, Project Management, and Infrastructure Management. I say anything about this particular step of the continual improvement model for sustainability, we have to realize that the realization of sustainability plans and objectives is a complex, fulfilling, and a demanding journey. At the previous steps, the organization would have defined its current situation as well as its desired direction, strategy, and approaches in order to realize its sustainability objectives. We can use a metaphor here. You can think of the organization as a ship navigating uncharted waters. In navigational terms, the vision describes the desired direction of the sustainability journey. The assessments and positioning are like the navigational instruments that show the organization where it currently is and the direction it is moving in. Whereas the plans and projects show how the organization is affected by and responds to the external environment, the management vision, and the employee efforts. In this step of taking action, you should onboard all stakeholders so they know what to do and when, respond to events according to your plans, manage and adjust actions in a relevant way, stop, pause, and change or cancel actions if necessary, and suitably capture and store data related to sustainability. There are various organizational inputs to this step, such as a sustainability vision, an understanding of the current state of the organization, the key stakeholders' interests, relevant regulation and standards, a plan for the current sustainability journey, agreed approaches and strategies for the sustainability initiatives, commitment throughout the organization, and also clear objectives and responsibilities. Those are the inputs from the previous steps. However, this is not always enough to gain the desired outcomes. Most organizations work in an environment where there are many unknowns and uncertainties. So, having chosen the relevant approaches for implementing the sustainability initiatives, the organization now needs to ensure that the plans can be executed while successfully navigating that uncertainty. The traditional linear, pre-planned, and predictability-based approach to organizational change has been under heavy scrutiny in the recent years. Organizations and people are increasingly less certain about the future. However, there have to be still some methods for improving large systems. It is not always possible to predict or control specific outcomes, especially when operating in a global environment. The guidance in this lesson of taking action needs to be applied throughout the current sustainability journey. It is likely that this iteration will spark new initiatives across the organization and establish a strong sustainability-focused culture. However, both the accompanying and the follow-up activities need to adhere to the same principles and ensure continuity. There are various concepts and approaches to consider when assessing information and making decisions. This chapter or this section will describe them in detail. Session 1 is about taking the sustainable action. Now that the organization has identified the baseline, targets, and approach, the focus should be on moving forward. To address the ESG factors, meaning the environmental, social, and governance factors, organizations should adopt and adapt sustainable business models, align investments in core business activities, and create services and products in ways that contribute to the ESG priorities. These are the priorities set through the materiality assessment and by setting the strategies and objectives. So the organization Strategically invest in resources of all kinds, for example, technological innovation, funding, skills, partnerships, talent, and energy for the sustainability of its operations, its activities, and supply chains, and also invest more widely to strengthen the social and economic infrastructure and the environmental fabric in which it operates. Taking action across the ESG factors generally falls into one of these three categories: optimization, improvement, and maintenance. Let's understand these three. What is maintenance? It means what is the organization already doing well that just need to be maintained. For example, continuing to comply with applicable sustainability regulations. Improvement. This is in which areas can incremental improvements be made to better align with industry standards and meet peer and stakeholder expectations or demonstrate better commitment to the ESG factors. Also develop and implement an action plan based on your materiality assessment. Optimization. It's about asking where can existing efforts be optimized to move towards industry leadership in the ESG factors. Sustainability action requires a paradigm shift to a collective agenda. This should include culture, systems, and processes that are conducive to establishing partnerships and working together. For this to happen, organizations will need to undertake deliberate actions and target organization change to become institutionally fit for partnering. Learning and development, financial investment, and building capacity and capabilities are all examples of activities undertaken as part of the take action step. Let us continue with some examples of the circular economy model, climate action, and business and human rights due diligence.